Now the Plymouth High School Band, under the direction of Brian Haynes, will play Independence Day. Our speaker today, Judd Roush, Emeritus Professor of the University of Arkansas Little Rock, retired United States Marine Service, FTCS, SS, U.S. Navy, retired past commander of the VFW Culver, current chaplain of the Marshall County DAV, current chaplain of the Culver VFW, current chaplain and vice commander of the Silver Sides of the United States Marine Veterans Northwestern, and member of the American Legion of Monterey. Judd.
Thank you, and welcome. There are two separate days in America that we set aside each year to recognize our veterans. Memorial Day originated as Decoration Day in the years immediately after the Civil War, to memorialize those that had died in that war. What we know as Veterans Day originated as Armistice Day, to memorialize those that died in World War I and to honor those that survived. These have since evolved into Memorial Day being primarily to memorialize the dead of all wars, and the Veterans Day to honor all living veterans. An American veteran is an individual that at some time in their life made a contract with the U.S. government to give anything asked of them, up to and including their life. All gave some. Some gave all. This day we want to especially remember Army Staff Sergeant Justin DeCrow, who, as we mentioned earlier, tragically lost his life in the Fort Hood massacre last November. Most of the bodies of our fallen patriots are returned home for interment. Some are buried in their home cemeteries. Some are buried in military cemeteries, both here and in the USA and in foreign countries near where they fell. During World War I, a memorial poem was written by a doctor who is in a newly established cemetery, newly established that 3 or 4 day period, in which one of his friends who had died that week was buried. In his grief, he wrote a quick poem. In Flanders fields, the poppies blow. Between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place. And in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders field. I want to take a minute today to recognize a group of patriot losses that often we do not think about, often we do not realize. Earlier this month, I had the opportunity to attend a banquet commemorating the 100th birthday of the United States Submarine Force. You know, during this period of 100 years, 65 submarines have been sunk. The majority of them went down with all hands. Fully 20% of the submarine sailors that served in World War II perished at sea. There are no monuments to valor scattered on the ocean battlefields of the world. There are only the vast black depths of the ocean where young men fought their last battle against an implacable foe. All that remains are the memories of their valiant achievements and heart-wrenching losses. We veterans that were fortunate enough to live and return home strive to honor the memory of those that gave all. Sometimes we do so in quiet solitude, and sometimes through the fellowship of our various veterans organizations. There are VFW posts, Veterans of Foreign Wars, here in Bremen, Culver, Plymouth. There are American Legion posts in Argus, Bourbon, Bremen, La Paz, and Plymouth. The Marshall County Disabled Veterans Chapter meets at the Life Enrichment Center in Plymouth. Several Marshall County veterans belong to an organization called Rolling Thunder. And they traveled to Washington, D.C. to participate in a ride to the wall, that being the Vietnam Wall, yesterday. You may have seen that on last night's news. Excerpts of the thousands of motorcyclists that are veterans that come together to pay tribute to those that fell in the Vietnam War. Some of us belong to U.S. submarine veterans chapters called bases located in nearby communities. There very well be more veterans organizations that I'm not aware of, but they have one commonality. All of these organizations pay tribute to the memory of our departed comrades that gave all. That is why today we are here, and when I wrote this, I put in this stormy weather, to honor the memory of their existence and sacrifice.